You open wide our eyes. The ceiling above you is cracked, stained with something dark. Your head throbs. Where are you? You try to sit up, but your body feels heavy, like you've been asleep for days. The air is thick, damp, and smells like rot. You're lying on a cold wooden floor in a room you've never seen before. You scramble to your feet. The walls are peeling, covered in faded floral wallpaper that curls at the edges. There's a door. You rush toward it, grab the handle, twist. Locked, you pull harder. Nothing. Your heart starts racing. You move to the window boards nailed shut from the outside. Panic sets in. Then you hear it. A soft creak from somewhere above you. Footsteps, slow, deliberate. But you're alone, aren't you? You call out, no answer. Just that sound again? Closer now? Your breath catches in your throat. You try the door again, slamming your shoulder against it. It doesn't budge? That's when you realize you're not just locked in. Something else is here with you, and it doesn't want you to leave. Before we go further, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment with your favorite horror topic. I read every single one. Your hands are shaking. You back away from the door, eyes darting around the room. There has to be another way out. There has to be. The room is small. A rusted bed frame sits in the corner, the mattress long gone. A broken chair lies on its side near the window. The floorboards groan under your weight as you move. Every step feels wrong, like the house is watching you. You go to the window again. Press your face against the gap between the boards. Outside, it's dark. Not nighttime dark, something deeper, unnatural. No streetlights, no moon, just black. You can't even tell if there's ground out there or just nothing. A chill crawls up your spine. You turn back to the room. There's another door, smaller, probably a closet. You hesitate. Part of you doesn't want to know what's inside, but staying here isn't an option. You pull it open, empty, just dust and cobwebs. But at the back there's something scratched into the wall, words carved deep into the wood. Don't go upstairs. Your stomach drops. Upstairs, you hadn't even thought about it. But now you can't stop thinking about it. The footsteps you heard, they came from above? You step back into the main room, look up at the ceiling. There's a crack running across it, splitting the plaster. And through that crack you see it, movement, a shadow sliding across the floor above you. Your pulse hammers in your ears. You need to get out. Now, you leave the room, stepping into a narrow hallway. It stretches in both directions, disappearing into darkness. To your left, a staircase spirals upward. To your right, more doors, all closed. You go right, away from the stairs. Away from whatever's up there. The first door you try locked. The second same. The third creaks open, and you slip inside. It's a bathroom. The mirror is shattered, pieces of glass scattered across the sink. The faucet drips, slow, steady, each drop echoes in the silence. You look at yourself in what's left of the mirror, cuts on your face. Dirt smeared across your clothes. How long have you been here? Hours? Days? Then you notice something else. In the corner of the mirror, behind you, a shape. Dark, tall, you spin around. Nothing, but the air feels different now. Colder, heavier. You back out of the bathroom, heart racing. The hallway feels longer than before. The shadows deeper. You move faster now, trying every door you pass. Locked, locked, locked. Then finally, one opens. You stumble into what looks like a living room. Furniture covered in dusty sheets, a fireplace filled with ash. Bookshelves lined with rotting books. The smell here is worse, sweet and sour. Like something died and was left to fester. You cover your nose, eyes watering. There's a door on the far side of the room. Maybe it leads outside. Maybe it's your way out. You start toward it. That's when you see them, photographs, dozens of them, covering the walls. Black and white, faded, all of the same house. This house. But in the photos, it looks different. New, clean, people standing in front of it, families, smiling. You step closer. Look at the faces. Something about them feels wrong. Their smiles are too wide. Their eyes too empty. Then you notice the dates written on the back of the frames. Different years, different people, but always the same house. Your blood runs cold. You grab one of the frames, flip it over. There's writing on the back. Neat handwriting, careful. The Harlow family. Moved in June 1983. Disappeared October 1983. You drop it. The glass cracks. You grab another. The Chun family? Moved in March 1999. Disappeared July 1999. Another. The Brennan family. Moved in January 2015. Disappeared April 2015. They all disappeared. Every single family that lived here. Just gone, and now you're here. You stagger back, knocking into a sheet-covered couch. Dust explodes into the air. You cough, waving it away. But when the dust clears, you see something that makes your heart stop. There's a photo on the mantle. Newer than the others, color, recent, it's you. Standing in front of the house, smiling, but you don't remember this. You've never been here before. You don't know this place. But the date on the photo says otherwise. Moved in November 2025. That's this month. This week. Your hands go numb. This doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. You back away from the mantle, from the photos, from the room. You need to leave. Now, you sprint toward the door on the far side, grab the handle, yank it open. It's not outside. It's another hallway, darker than the last, longer, and at the end of it, barely visible in the shadows, a figure. Standing perfectly still, watching you. You freeze, it doesn't move, doesn't speak, just stares. Then slowly, so slowly, it starts walking toward you. You slam the door shut, lock it. Your hands are trembling so bad you can barely grip the bolt. From the other side, you hear it, footsteps, getting closer, closer, then they stop. Right outside the door, silence, you hold your breath. Wait, listen, nothing, then knock, knock, knock. 3 slow, deliberate knocks, a voice soft, almost kind. Let me in, you don't answer. You back away from the door, eyes locked on the handle. It starts to turn, you bolt. Back through the living room, into the hallway. You don't care where you're going anymore. You just need to move, need to hide. You pass door after door, all of them closed. Then you see a door cracked open, just slightly, light spilling through. You don't think, you just run. Slip inside and slam it behind you. You're in a kitchen, old decayed, the cabinets hang open, dishes shattered on the floor, the table is set. 2 plates, 2 cups, like someone was about to eat. But the food is rotten, covered in mold, flies buzzing around it. You move carefully, stepping over broken glass. There's a back door. You can see it, just across the room. This is it, this has to be it. You rush forward and your foot catches on something, you trip, crash to the floor. Pain shoots through your knee, you look down, there's a chain, bolted to the floor. And at the end of it, a shackle, rusted, open. Someone was kept here, your stomach turns. You scramble to your feet, limping toward the back door, you grab the handle, pull, locked. Of course it's locked. But there's a window above the sink, small, but maybe big enough. You climb onto the counter, ignoring the way it creaks under your weight. You grab the window frame, push. It doesn't move, you push harder, it cracks, just a little. You keep going, using all your strength. The window shatters, glass rains down. You don't care. You reach through, feel the outside air, cold, real. You start pulling yourself up, squeezing through the gap. Shards of glass dig into your arms, your stomach. Blood drips down your skin, but you keep going. You're halfway through when you feel it. A hand, cold, tight, grabbing your ankle. You scream, kick, try to pull free. But the grip is iron, unbreakable. You look back. It's standing in the kitchen doorway. The figure from the hall, pale, eyes sunken. Mouth open too wide. It pulls hard, you claw at the window frame, at the walls, at anything. But you're slipping, being dragged back inside. No, you twist your body, grab a shard of glass from the window. It cuts into your palm, but you don't feel it. You swing blindly, slashing at whatever's holding you. The grip releases. You don't wait. You pull yourself through the window, tumble out into the dark, hit the ground hard. Pain explodes through your shoulder, but you're out, you're outside. You scramble to your feet, start running. The house looms behind you, windows dark and empty, but you don't look back, you just run. The ground is uneven, wet, you trip, catch yourself, keep going. There has to be a road, a street, something But all you see is trees, thick, endless, and the fog rolling through them makes it impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. You stop, lungs burning. You turn in a circle, trees in every direction, no lights, no sounds, just silence. And then you see it, through the fog. The outline of something familiar. A house, the same house. You're standing right back where you started. In front of the porch, the broken windows. The rotting wood. No, that's impossible. You ran, you got out. You take a step back, then another. But the fog closes in, thicker, heavier, and when it clears, standing in the same hallway, the same locked doors stretching out in front of you, and from somewhere above, you hear it. Those footsteps, slow, deliberate, coming down the stairs. You stand frozen in that hallway. Every instinct screaming at you to run. But where? You've tried. You ran through that window, felt the cold air on your face, the ground beneath your feet. You were out, but the house brought you back. Because that's what it does. That's what it's always done. To the Harlows, to the Chuns, to the Brennans, to everyone who thought they could escape. The footsteps are getting closer now. Each one echoing through the walls like a heartbeat, your heartbeat. Or maybe the houses, you can't tell anymore where you end and it begins. You look down at your hands, still bleeding from the glass. Still shaking, still real, still alive. For now. But the question isn't whether you'll find a way out. The question is, does the house even want you to leave? Or are you exactly where you're supposed to be? Another photograph waiting to be hung on the wall. Another name carved into the wood. Another disappearance that no one will ever explain. The footsteps stop right behind you. You don't turn around. You already know what's there. You've known since you woke up on that cold floor. Since you saw your photo on the mantle. Since you realized the door's only locked from the outside. This was never about escaping. It was about understanding. You're not trapped in a haunted house. You're part of it now. The house needed someone new. And it chose you. The air grows colder. Your breath comes out in clouds. And in the silence, you finally hear it, not footsteps. Not creaking wood, whispers, dozens of them. Voices layering over each other, the families, the disappeared. All of them still here, still waiting, still watching, and now so are you. The last thing you see before everything goes dark is your own reflection in a nearby mirror. But you're not alone in it. Behind you, surrounding you, are faces, pale, hollow, smiling, welcome home. So what would you do? If you woke up in a place like this, where the exits lead nowhere and the walls remember everyone who tried to leave, how would you survive? Would you keep fighting, or would you accept that some places don't let go? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me your escape plan. Or better yet, tell me about the creepiest place you've ever been. The one that made your skin crawl. The one you couldn't wait to leave. And if you made it this far, you know what to do? Hit that subscribe button. Because we're just getting started. There are more stories waiting, more nightmares to explore, more questions that don't have answers. Comment your favorite horror topic below. Haunted houses, cursed objects, urban legends. Whatever keeps you up at night, I want to hear it. Thanks for watching. And remember, some doors are locked for a reason. Stay safe out there. Or don't. After all, the best stories come from the people who didn't.